And oh, what a night it has been while you were sleeping. We have so much to get to. We have team coverage this morning. Jamie is in Round Rock for us. Heidi is also working out of the Austin area. But first, we go to Nicole Cross, as we have learned this morning that the suspect in the Austin bombings has committed suicide. Here's Nicole.
Yeah, I am here off of I-35 northbound near Old Settlers Boulevard, and as you can see behind me, it's still a very active scene at this hour. We are told by authorities that the Austin bombing suspect is dead. They say that he detonated himself as they were approaching him. Now, this all began just after 3 this morning. Austin police say they were working an officer-involved shooting on I-35 near Old Settlers Boulevard, and they can confirm that he is dead at this time after a confrontation with law enforcement. Authorities say they used security video from the FedEx on Brody Lane in Sunset Valley to link them to the suspect. Authorities also went to several stores across the area to see if any suspicious purchases had been made recently. They also got information from Google and from the suspect's computer history that confirmed the suspect was looking at information on where to ship devices. At this moment, we are waiting for the latest information from authorities on exactly how they closed in on this suspect and what's to come from now. We are not sure if he had any other devices planted across the Austin area. They are looking into that. Several authorities are investigating this case, and we will bring you the very latest as we receive it. In Austin, Nicole Cross, KVUE News.
Okay, moving on now at 6:05. It's a very active scene, meaning that Interstate 35 will likely be shut down all day. So let's take a look at where these explosions have happened so far as we recap you. So the first 3 bombs were left on doorsteps in East Austin. Another device triggered by a tripwire that affected the 2 cyclists along a road on the west side of the city. That 5th explosion, that seems to be the key when we talked to law enforcement and heard from them in the early morning hours. If you were up with us, you watched Brian Manley, the Austin police chief, surrounded and flanked by FBI and ATF agents, talk about what they knew so far. And that may have been the clue. Because of that package that ended up at Schertz, Texas, they were able to track the cell phone of the suspect and then follow him to a hotel near I-35, either the Red Roof Inn or the Wood Springs Inn, right there in the 1700 block of North I-35. And that got them to at least a suspect. Before then, really no clue tying anyone to these. And sure enough, if developments didn't take off quickly from that point, police engaged the suspect. He tried to drive away in his car. One officer, an 11-year veteran of the force, fired shots. And at that point, as the other officer was getting close to the driver's side, the explosion was detonated. So it appeared that the suspect killed himself. One officer was slightly injured, but he's going to be okay. But again, Police Chief Brian Manley of Austin told us that the medical examiner did need to identify the body before they were able to confirm that that indeed was their suspect. They believe it was, and everybody's going with the fact right now that the Austin bombing suspect is dead. What a mess it has left in its wake. And we have team coverage for you this morning. As I mentioned, our second member of our team, Jamie Kennedy, is now live down in the Austin area. Jamie, what can you tell us about the location you're at right now?
Good morning, Chris. Right now I am at the IKEA parking lot where, as you can see behind me right now, only the northbound lane of I-35 is actually working right now. As we mentioned before, the suspect actually detonated a device on I-35 not far from where we are, and police have completely shut down the southbound lane. So what that means is there is heavy traffic here at the moment. People coming south from our viewing area will have a lot of trouble trying to get into the Austin area. All the service roads at the moment are being utilized, but as you can see behind me, it is extremely backed up and people are trying to find alternate routes with little to no success. So I exited just at the 527 exit, just before the major Round Rock sign, and that seemed where the police had actually closed down I-35 south. So if you are heading down to the area, make sure you really check Google Maps and go to kcntv.com for all the latest on where traffic is blocked up, because as we were just saying, I-35 south in the Round Rock area is completely shut down. Only the northbound side is working, so you need to find alternate routes. And for now, that is all the information we have from police. They are not saying when this could be open at the moment, but as it comes to light, we will bring that to you on kcntv.com and here on Channel 6. For now, this is Jamie Kennedy reporting in Round Rock for Channel 6. Back to you, Chris.
And Jamie, before I let you go, I'm hoping you can hear me. I know it's hard to hear out there on the interstate. I'll speak slowly. Is there a sense of relief that this suspect is now dead? Because this was the biggest fear story in America here for the past 2 weeks as it continued to grow. So I know a lot of people inconvenienced by this traffic situation, but as people are talking and word is spreading, I'm curious to know if there's a sense of relief.
At the moment, it is probably at its heaviest point. As you can imagine, this is peak period now for people going to work around between the 6 and 8 o'clock hours. So right now you're seeing very heavy traffic. There is no relief at the moment in terms of traffic heading south into Austin, into the Round Rock area. So we do heavily advise for you to check Google Maps, check kcntv.com to find alternate routes, because right now it is heavily congested. There are police cars set up all the way along the service roads trying to help with the congestion. But as you can imagine, with peak hour and rush hour right now, it is really heavily congested, Chris.
Good work out there, Jamie Kennedy. Stay safe for us this morning, because again, police wanted to remind everybody that they did not have contact with the suspect or were not able to trace his movements over the last 24 to 48 hours. It's really become the last 8 to 10 hours that he really landed on their radar, and they were attempting to question him or find out if they could learn more about this individual and why he was tied to that mailing or that shipping of a FedEx package, which then led them to be able to trace his cell phone. Now, we're getting rumors that the man did live in the Austin/Round Rock/Pflugerville area on the north side in Williamson County. We have video right now of what we believe is the suspect's house. Police cars are stacked up out front. So again, you're looking at some video that was shot just a couple of minutes ago in the Austin area. Police are out there tracking it because, remember, if this guy could have put some more things into motion, perhaps had a bigger plan, you know, a grand ride out to what he might want to do as far as terrorizing the people of Central Texas, in Travis County and Williamson County, even as far north as Bell County. We're only 50 miles away now from the biggest story in America. You don't think this was a big story? Even President Donald Trump was commenting about it yesterday from the Oval Office, saying how important it was to catch whoever was responsible. Well, the president, as he likes to do, is up early this morning tweeting, and there it is in all caps: Austin bombing suspect is dead. Great job by law enforcement and all concerned. Again, that was posted at 5:28 Eastern time, so that was posted at 4:28 our time this morning.